Good morning to my morning drive, and yes, I did shave, and I look god awful, but I didn't want to wear a beard net at work today. This morning I'm going to talk about just the 5 bands that I've been listening to recently, while I'm heading to work, to kind of get me hyped up and ready to get on the forklift and do my job and make sure I'm doing it, fully awake and energized and stuff. And I just kind of want to, it's in no particular order. I'm just going to talk about the 5 bands recently that I've been listening to. First one is Crown the Empire, and interesting enough about that band is my wife was looking on Facebook, some of her friends, and happened across David Escamilla, who actually went and graduated the same year in the same class she did in Keller, Texas. And she's like, oh, David, David's in a band, called Crown the Empire. We ought to look him up. And we looked up the first album and, really, really liked it. And but David wasn't on that album. And then they came out with the Fallout, which is the second album, which is the one he's on. And just insane how awesome that band is. And I've bought every record, including the one where they remade their first album, where they let David scream on that record. And probably the one song right now off their newest record, Rise of the Runaways, it's probably Bloodline. That song is just something about it just hits you, makes you want to go. And so that's one band I've been listening to. Number 2 is A Day to Remember. And funny story about those guys. I mean, they're from Ocala, Florida. I'm not from Florida. I'm from Tennessee. But when I was going to college, my friend Nicole, who lives in Michigan, and I haven't seen her in a long time, but she listened to A Day to Remember. And I remember she pulled up, before we became friends, and I could hear her listen to Downfall of Us All, and I was like, I love that beat. Well, then after me and her and another friend of ours started talking, we all became friends. She told me who they were, and I started listening to them, and I've bought every record since then. And but just anything off their new album is great. But I like all their songs too. Third band is Freeman Hanley. I don't know if I showed you guys last time, but I actually have their symbol tattooed on my arm. It was actually my 3rd tattoo to get tattooed. I got it in college. They're a band from Nashville. I mean, we've seen them, several times, and we've always enjoyed watching them. But recently we got news that they just can't do it. It's not that they're fighting with each other; they just can't do it anymore, and it's completely understandable. You got a family to provide for, you got stuff to do, and but I'm always going to listen to their records because it's just something about them, was really awesome, and the music they made and their sound was just different than everybody else's. And but that's why I got their tattoo on my arm, because to me they were just a real special band. And I hate to hear that they're not going to be a band anymore, but it happens. You get older, you grow up, and then you decide if you want to keep doing this stuff anymore. So Freeman Hanley is definitely my 3rd choice. 4th choice is Memphis Mayfire, and this band got brought to my attention by Tom Reardon, who was actually on YouTube. He has a bunch of drum covers, and but he's the tour manager for We As Human, which is also my number 5 pick. And so number 5 is going to be We As Human. But number 4 was Memphis Mayfire, and he was the one that told me, hey, if you like We As Human, you will like Memphis Mayfire. And he was right. The first album I bought was their newest record, and I listened to all the tracks in it all the way through, and I absolutely loved it. My favorite song is actually from the record prior to that, and it's Vices. I love that song. It's just really heavy, and I just want to shake your head to it. But and then number 5 is We As Human, and they only have one full-length album that I have, but it's one of those albums, and it's real hard for me to buy an album where I like every song all the way through without skipping around. But I found out Tom was the manager, the tour manager of that band. And I said, I'm really good friends with Tom, and he was a really, really phenomenal drummer. And I was like, I'm just going to buy the record. I'm not even going to try to listen to him. I'm just going to buy the record, listen to him from beginning to end. And literally, when I bought the record, I didn't skip a song. I listened to it from 1 to 10. Didn't skip anything, nothing. And literally liked every song on the record. I didn't dislike any song. And it's really hard nowadays to say that you could do that, because most bands nowadays don't put out full-length albums that you like all the way through. So it was really incredible to listen to a band that I enjoyed the sound of. And I still listen to them now. I mean, that's why they're top 5. But in no way, shape, or form are these bands you know, favorites over another band. I mean, my favorite band is Pink Floyd, and I still listen to them. Just right now, I'm not listening to them as much. But that's my top 5, guys. I hope you guys are gonna have a good day. It's actually probably gonna rain here in the state. So anybody lives in the state, be careful out there. You know, try to be safe. Don't drive stupid and, you know, act a fool. But guys, y'all have a good day. I may vlog a little bit later. I thought I was gonna go eat breakfast with one of my buddies, but apparently he's going to work. So I guess I'm gonna head home and do some grocery shopping and then get ready for tonight, and then I'll be off for 2 days. So hope you guys have a good night. As always, subscribe, you know, like if there's any topics that you guys want to hear me talk about, or there's something you want to discuss, or, you know, just leave a comment below. But guys, y'all have a good day, and as always, see you later.